Have you ever stopped to think about how much a math problem is like a really busy kitchen? Seriously, if you don't have a clear recipe, a set of rules, you just end up with total chaos. Well, it's the exact same thing with equations. Without a specific order to follow, you could get a dozen different answers for the very same problem. So how do we bring order to all that mathematical chaos? Well, the answer lies in one single, really powerful rule. Take a look at this. Just look at it. You've got addition, you've got an exponent, subtraction, parentheses. I mean, where would you even begin? Do you add first, or do you tackle what's in the parentheses? It's so easy to see how you could get tangled up here. Well, hold that thought, because the key to solving this comes from a place you would never, ever expect. That's right, I'm not kidding. The source material for this whole explainer is a 6th grade math lesson that uses this really unique story. Our guide is a character named Joseph, an ancient manager who had to keep track of, massive amounts of grain. And just like he needed a system to manage all those warehouses, we need a system to manage our members. And that system, that universal rulebook, is called PEMDAS. Now, you've probably heard the phrase, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," but trust me, it's so much more than just a catchy jingle. It is the agreed-upon sequence that mathematicians all over the world use to make sure that we all get the same correct answer every single time. It's the manager for our mathematical chaos. So what's the actual order? Okay, it follows this really strict hierarchy. First up, you have to handle anything inside parentheses, no exceptions. Then you solve any exponents. Next, and listen up, because this is a super crucial point, you tackle multiplication and division as they show up from left to right. They're on the same level. And finally, you do the exact same thing for addition and subtraction, just working your way from left to right. That's the framework. That's the game plan. All right, so theory is great and all, but let's see how our guide Joseph actually puts this rule into action. He's got some logistical puzzles to solve, and this is where we're going to see the real power of PEMDAS. Okay, here's the first scenario. Joseph is in charge of 5 warehouses. Now, each one has some unknown number of sacks, we'll just call that X, plus an extra 3 sacks. All he knows is that the grand total is 90 sacks. So the question is, how does he figure out the original number of sacks in each warehouse? This whole situation translates into this one little equation. 5 times the quantity of x plus 3 equals 90. And see those parentheses? That's our first clue. The P in PEMDAS is screaming at us that whatever's happening inside that group is priority number 1. So now we can just solve it step by step. First, we're going to distribute that 5 into the parentheses, which gives us 5x plus 15. Now to get x by itself, we have to undo everything else. So we subtract 15 from both sides. That leaves us with 5x equals 75. And the final step? Just divide by 5, and boom, x equals 15. See? Orderly, logical, and totally correct. Let's jump to the next puzzle and see how this all builds. Now, Joseph's got a bit of a quality control problem. He's got 10 sets of grain, but in every single set, 2 of the sacks are spoiled. He needs a bare minimum of 100 good sacks. The big question is, how many sacks need to be in each set to start with to make sure he hits his target? This situation gives us what's called an inequality. 10 times the quantity of x minus 2 has to be greater than or equal to 100. The logic is pretty much the same as before. We're just dealing with a minimum requirement instead of an exact number. And would you look at that? The process is identical. We distribute the 10, that gives us 10x minus 20. We add 20 to both sides to start isolating that variable, leaving us with 10x is greater than or equal to 120. Divide by 10, and the answer's crystal clear. Joseph needs at least 12 sacks in each set to meet his goal. Okay, here we go. Time for the final challenge. This is where Joseph's management system gets a little more complex. He's got this special formula he uses to combine all his inventory, and it's starting to look awfully familiar. Yep, it's the equation from the very beginning, but now we have the tools to solve it. Let's follow PEMDAS to the letter. First, P for parenthesis. 4 plus 1 is 5. Done. Next, E for exponents. 3 squared is 9. Easy enough. So our equation now looks like this. 2x plus 9 minus 5 equals 28. Then we just combine the 9 and the minus 5 to get 2x plus 4 equals 28. And from there, it's just like before. Subtract 4, divide by 2, and we get our answer, x equals 12. See? No more chaos. So, you've seen how Joseph does it. Now it's your turn to take the reins and manage the numbers. This is your chance to really put that PEMDAS rulebook to the test for yourself. So here are a few problems taken straight from the source materials lesson. They've got everything we've talked about: parentheses, exponents, inequalities, even a word problem for good measure. Go ahead and pause here, give them a shot. And for those of you who tried them, here are the solutions for the first three. It just goes to show you, when you consistently apply the order of operations, you get the right answer every single time. It's a system that just works. So we've solved the math, but what's the bigger picture here? You see, the source material for this lesson, that 6th grade worksheet, it doesn't just stop with the numbers. It actually connects this whole logical process to a much broader idea. The lesson actually uses the structured nature of PEMDAS as a metaphor. It kind of suggests that just as there's a right way to solve an equation, there's a focused way to approach life's bigger challenges. And it frames this idea using a very specific quote. And here is that quote, pulled directly from the lesson plan, Philippians 4:13. The lesson is drawing a parallel between the kind of strength and wisdom you need to manage complex problems, like Joseph managing his grain, and a broader sense of, well, spiritual strength and focus. So really, the key takeaway here is this: PEMDAS is more than just a math rule. It's a model for problem solving. It teaches us that any intimidating, really complex challenge, whether it's an equation or a real-world problem, can be broken down into a series of simple, manageable steps. You just have to know the right order to do them in. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Think about it. Assembling IKEA furniture, following a recipe, even how the legal system works. What other parts of your world depend on some hidden, strict sequence to function correctly? Once you start looking for it, you'll find that order in the equation is absolutely everywhere.